Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for today's episode, we want to talk about the customer prepayment process in standard FNO. So generally, when you start talking to accounts receivable team, they may come up with different requirements depending on the business needs. So two options to design this customer prepayment. One is to record this customer deposit without issuing any invoice. And the second option is to actually issue a prepayment invoice and then send it to the customer in order to collect the deposit, right? So for today's episode, we want to focus on the first scenario where you don't require any invoice issued for the prepayment. And I'm going to show you a high level business process review, and then we can deep dive in dynamics to show you what are the prerequisites and how you're going to run that step by step process. So, having said that, let's get started with this standard process review. So, let's say now you have a company called ABC, and the major business of this company is to sell cars. So, there is a sales team in place to generate revenue for each car sales, right? So, let's say there is one transaction happened this week and we just closed a deal to sell a car of $50,000. And actually, the policy of the company is to require a customer deposit, or also what we call prepayment, of $5,000 to reserve that car. So once it's available and delivered, we're able to collect the remaining dollar amounts, 45,000, to close the deal. So having said that, how the company is going to record this in the accounting system step by step, very straightforward. So first step, they're going to record this total sales of $50,000 just for this sales transaction. And then from there, they will able to collect this customer deposit of $5,000 without issuing any invoice. And last step actually is going to issue this final invoice once the car is delivered and deducting the deposits the customer has already paid, right? So total amount to be collected will be $45,000. So very straightforward process. With that, now we can have a look at in dynamics how we're going to design out this process. So before we start and dive into the transactions, there are a couple of prerequisites we need to make sure. So for example, first point, we have to make sure there is a prepayment GL account created to record this customer deposit. And secondly, you also want to have a customer prepayment posting profile. So the benefit of using this posting profile is actually similar to your AP account and AR account to centralize all prepayment type of postings into one account, right? And third prerequisite is also to associate this prepayment posting profile, which is created, to your AR parameters. That way the system is going to find out, okay, in case you turn on this option, then I should post it to this specific account for prepayment. So now let's have a look at in the system how that three configurations look like. So let me switch to FNO. Okay, so now I'm at the home page. Let's first check the main account, right? I'm going to get into general ledger, and for main accounts, I'll be able to filter on the specific customer deposit account. So let me type customer. I should be able to find this 212160 for deposit, and this is a liability account. So you also realize that here, do not allow manual entry is turned on. This is recommended because this account is used as a control account, same as your accounts payable account or accounts receivable, right? So with that, the first configuration is checked. Now we want to have a look at the posting profile we created for this purpose. So it's going to be under accounts receivable, and under setup, we have this customer posting profiles where you see a section prepayments, right? So now for all the customers, no matter what the customer group is, it's going to post it to the summary account. This is the deposit account we just created. So now I have my posting profile created. And in case you have any sales tax involvement, you want to post it to a specific tax account, so you can also set it up here. And one thing to note though, from configuration standpoint, if we're using this method with the prepayment posting profile, we have to include sales tax calculation in the journal name customer payment. So let me show you what I mean. Otherwise, you will have error messages in this case. So if I go to the journal names and find this type of transaction, which is customer payment, here customer payment, right? And you have to turn on this option, amounts include sales tax. Otherwise, there's a control point on your payment journal that will prevent you from posting the journal. So this is a side note. And just coming back to our third configuration point, where we need to associate this posting profile to my AR parameters. So again, I need to go back to my accounts receivable, and their setup. I will choose this accounts receivable parameters, right? And from here, there's a section called ledger and sales tax. So you see the section payment, this posting profile has been filled in here. So we basically created that link. And if there's any sales tax calculation you will require, then we should turn on this option. So sales tax will be included in the prepayment transaction as well. So now let's go back to the PowerPoint. So we have completed all the configuration points. Now let's move on with the step-by-step transaction. So first, we're going to create the sales order. So that's to record as $50,000 of sales. And then step two, once we collect that customer deposit, maybe that's a cash or a check that you collect at the counter. So in that case, you don't need to issue any invoice. You can just record that payment by enabling prepayment posting profile, right? And then once you do that, you will able to generate your final invoice after the picking, packing, delivery process. And then as a final step, you do want to settle your prepayment against your invoice. That way it gives you the net customer balance you're going to collect to this customer. So in our case, that's $45,000, right? So I'm going to go back to FNO and let's run through all those steps. So let me go back. All right, let's first start creating a sales order. So that's going to be in your accounts receivable, all sales orders. Okay, I'm going to create a new one and choose my customer account. Let me choose this harvest, and then I'll continue to add a line to my sales order. So here, item number, I'm going to pick one related to car. Let's pick this car audio system, right? So the quantity is filled in. We have site warehouse and unit price is 700. So I want to choose that amount to 2,000 just to make it simple for calculation. And now once you have all the information filled in, we'll be able to save it and then confirm the sales order. All right, so in the sale section, you have this confirm sales order. It's also possible to print out that confirmation version to send it to the customer if needed. All right, so now our sales order is created. The second step is to record this prepayment or customer deposit you collected. So that's going to be through a customer payment journal. Again, in their accounts receivable, I will create a new journal here with the name customer pay and go to the lines. All right, so now the account, I'm going to pick the same customer harvest. I don't have any invoice, so I'll leave that blank. And I can give a description here. Let's say deposit car. Let's do 500. Oh, actually, I want to do a little bit higher, 900. Okay, and On the credit side, I'll put 900. And the offset account is going to be your bank where you're going to receive that payment. So now, very important step here. The difference of a prepayment and a regular customer payment is relying on this payment type to flag this transaction as a prepayment. So you see this option, prepayment journal voucher. I need to turn this option on, and then you see the posting profile is automatically filled in, right? So now let's go back and just give a final check. I have everything filled in. I'm able to post it. Okay, so now we can quickly check the voucher. So originally you want to see your bank account versus accounts receivable, but in our scenario, we'll put a different posting profile, so it's hitting this customer deposit account, right? So with that, the third step is going to issue your final invoice after the packing process. So let me go back to my sales order and find mine, the latest one. And I'm going to skip the pick and pack process, but directly go to the invoice just for the sake of time. And then I'm going to generate my invoice of total $2,000. Okay, and final step, you do want to settle your prepayment against this total sales of 2,000, right? So to do that, you have two options. One is to use the workspace. So we can go back, and from the workspace, you have customer payment tiles. So if I click on that, you see there's a section here called payments not settled. And we can find our latest transaction of 900 payment received. And you can directly click on settle transactions. And from the screen, it's going to give you all the available invoices to match. And in our case, we want to settle against the 2,000 full sales order. So I'm going to click on that together with this 900. And then now I mark those. I'm going to post the settlement. So now you see the open balance of this customer will be changed, right? So the other way to check that, you can also do that at the customer level. So if I do all customers, and I'm going to find my harvest customer, and then you can also check in the customer tab, there's an option transactions, right? And you can filter all the transaction type. So this is our sales order, and you can see now the balance becomes 1,100, deducting the 900 prepayment, right? And in case you want to check the invoice generated for this customer, you can also go back. Let's go to all sales orders. On my latest one, in the invoice, I will be able to see the printout version if you need to send it out to the customer. And let's do view, original view. Okay, so from this printout version, you have the total 2,000 from that sales order. And then you also have this prepaid amount of 900, which is settled, giving a remainder of 1,100 where you can send it out to your customer to collect the remaining payment. So that's about the whole process. Just a quick recap. For this scenario, you don't need to issue invoice, but very important point is to turn on that posting profile for prepayment and complete the settlement process. And if you're interested in the other scenario where you need to issue an invoice and send to the customer to collect a prepayment, feel free to check out our next episode. And I hope all this is helpful for your design work. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode.